Warning: the following video contains material that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. This video contains explicit language and will include profanity. Reader discretion advised due to strong language. Enjoy Licea podcast.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Joey Licea podcast. I'm your host, Joey Licea, and today I have a reoccurring guest, Icon. And this guy is a guy I grew up with. If you guys don't know, went to high school together. He was a freshman when I was a senior. I was mainly friends with his brothers, and I became friends with him through the brothers. And please welcome him back to the show. Today we have he's not only his second time, is his third time on the show, or it's fourth time now, I think, because I forgot about the one we did all together.
Yeah.
So it's your
We did
fourth
that.
time back on the show. So yeah, so welcome back to the show. Thank you for coming on and
Oh man,
spending
thank
some time with me.
thanks for having me, and thanks for such a great intro. I feel like I did a lousy job on doing yours now.
Oh no, don't.
Uh,
But we've been talking about we're going to be talking about Jurassic Park in this episode, reboots, movies that we
yes,
enjoy, and movies that we feel like aren't doing well or doing bad reboots, great
yeah,
reboots, and all in between, and many other things we're going to be talking about. So please, thank you,
yeah.
listen to this show, and welcome to the show.
When you start drinking and steady to climb, the funnels of life ain't helping. You've got good friends to keep you out of trouble. The best ones are still drinking with you. And there's no good reason why. Alcohol judgment just don't mix.
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 I think everyone has that mindset at one point where they're like, "I'm never having kids."
Mm-hmm.
I had that from like 18 to like 19 and a half, and I was like, I be going out and stuff is fun, but I think I want to be a dad more than anything. And it's been going hard ever since 2010. My daughter just turned 15. She's currently in Europe celebrating her 15th birthday. She
That's
just
right.
crazy. Yeah, crazy. She just met the Pope like a week ago, or she's
That's
seen him. She didn't
right.
meet him. Yeah.
That's
So
right. You just told me that. Oh, I just saw that the video you posted. She sent you.
yeah. So she's doing things. And I'm keeping up, doing my best, you know, trying to accept the fact that our kids eventually get tired of us and need to fly the coop. So
Right.
I think I'm fairly good at it. I'm not too overbearing. I'm not like overprotective. So it works out.
That's cool.
Still learning process.
That's hella
And you'll
cool.
be there soon, right? You're gonna have your
Yeah.
little girl.
Yeah. Little girl next week. So
Oh,
I'm actually on call any day now because we found out that the baby is already 7 pounds yesterday. So that means
wow.
that she's basically done cooking. So she just and they had planned to induce her on the 13th, but she's going to see the doctor tomorrow and they're probably going to tell her they're going to up the inducement day, whatever you call it.
Wow.
Yeah, she's coming really soon. My first girl. I have two boys. My first girl. It's going to be fun. I started seeing pink onesies and shit. It was weird,
Yeah.
really
It's
weird, different. Not weird, bad, weird, different.
yeah, it's a different trip to like Walmart and shit now. You're gonna
Definitely,
notice. You're
definitely.
gonna go in for like dish soap and then you're gonna leave with like outfits
Oh
and like
wow,
hairpins and stuff. You're gonna be like, damn it.
that's dope. That'd be dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something to look forward to. I'm excited. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Shit. So we're just waiting on that. And then you with your little girl. What is she doing right now? It's like a school trip?
She went for her birthday, so her mom's in-laws church. It's a big, explanation. Well, their church they went on like a traveling trip through the church, and the mother-in-law invited my daughter and offered to pay for her ticket. So we're like, hell yeah. And her mom was like, well, one of us has to go. So she decided to go. And
Oh, she went. That's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome.
so yeah. Oh, yeah. There's no other way. One of us had to go. So they're out there. It's great. I gave her a bunch of money before she left. Saved me thousands on a quinceañera. So I was like, hell yeah. As soon as she said she wanted that instead, I was like, do it. Here's some money. Let me know if you need more, because that other option is not cheap. I was already stressing out, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, and now I'm like coasting. I'm like, but it sucks because she's gone. I haven't been away from her this long in at least 10 years.
Wow.
So, so I've been trying to find stuff to do. Just been trying to keep busy, working on music, doing stuff around my house. I moved, so just trying to stay occupied.
That's
Got
cool.
one more week. One more week.
How long is she out there? Total.
18 days.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah. France, Spain, Italy, and Rome is where
Oh,
she
shit.
visited. Yeah. I've barely gone to Mexico like one time.
Wait,
So,
Italy is Rome.
uh,
So, like all
Paris.
over Italy? Oh, okay, 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 okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. She explained it like 5 different times. At this point, I don't know. I'm just like, you're in Europe. You're overseas.
Right.
I get the
Interesting.
idea. Yeah.
You
So,
ever been out there?
heck, no. I
No.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Uh, going to the Vatican is like a lifelong dream.
Really?
Um, so I would love to do that. Yeah. I mean, I seem like it, but I'm pretty religious. I'm not like crazy into it, but I'm pretty Catholic. I go to church every Sunday, and uh, that was like a big thing growing up. So being able to go out there would be great. So one day.
That's cool. We went out there a couple before the summer before the pandemic,
Oh
and it
wow.
was it was cool, but it was like just it changed my perception on Italy. Just it's such a crazy place.
Yeah. Shoot,
Um,
I
um,
can imagine.
yeah, just different, just way different. Like the weather, everything.
Yeah. I think just even knowing that you're in a different country probably plays a big role in that too.
Yeah, like there's things that I didn't think about, and I had to think about it. Like we went to the Vatican. No, I'm sorry, we went to the Colosseum, and we were just
Oh,
walking around the
nice.
Colosseum, and then they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
this was born. They made this arena in the year '88. I'm like, what? Like yeah, the year '88 is when they made that bitch. So like it's
What?
fucking falling apart. Like there's like this
Yeah.
whole center in the middle of the arena that goes like from the top to the bottom. It's like it's supposed to be like a staircase, right? But it's so
Yeah.
old that it's just a slide now. It's just a rock slide. Like rocks just slide down it. It's just so deteriorated. And there's parts of it they leave um alone, but they also have other parts that they prop up,
Yeah, yeah.
remodel. But it's just like it blew my mind when you're on the tour and they're like, yeah, this was built in the year '88. I'm like, what the fuck does that
Yeah.
mean? Like, can you explain that to me? Like, what is that, like 88, 1980? No, not like 1688, or no, they're like
Just
88.
88.
I'm like,
That's
oh fucking
crazy.
shit. Like shit like
That's
that.
that's where Godzilla sleeps now. I don't know if you've
Fuck.
seen it.
No, is that
Yeah.
where he sleeps? No,
Yeah.
there's no way he could sleep. There's so many people guarding that bitch.
The Godzilla Kong movie, that's where he sleeps at. That's like his fucking dog bed.
Really? It wouldn't
Oh yeah.
last. I feel like it would crumble if he laid on it because that
Oh
shit's
yeah,
so
definitely.
fucking old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Damn
funny.
it.
No, but that's
Yeah,
funny.
man. That's crazy though. 88. I mean,
Or
in this
some
show we
shit like
talk.
that. Some shit like 70.
Yeah,
It was definitely under 100
just
for
double
sure.
digits.
I was
Yeah,
like,
double
it was
digits.
double digit years. And I was like, wait a minute. It like blew my mind to know that we're looking at something that was born in the double digits
God, that's crazy.
2000 some
Yeah,
years ago.
yeah. No shit. Yeah, man. It's funny because we talk about shit in our generation. That seems old, but fucking goddamn, that was the beginning of time.
Yeah.
It's like nuts. Yeah, man. Big things. I was mentioning Godzilla, and it actually brought me to the topic of the day, which is the only reason why I picked it is because there's a new movie coming out. It seems like now everybody's doing like remakes, fucking legacy sequels, uh I don't know, reboots. or whatever. I think you're even talking about doing the Chris Kills reboot.
Yeah, I really want to do it.
But yeah, I'm down.
We gotta talk
But
about that.
yeah, but was thinking, what are your thoughts on the movie Jurassic Park,
You mean the original?
the very original?
Oh man, I remember when it came out for sure, and I remember I was 9. How old were you?
Mm-hmm. What year did it come out?
94.
I was 6.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you were
yeah,
6. I was 9. I remember everyone was talking about it. Everyone was talking about it, and they wouldn't let me see it. And eventually I saw it. You know, my parents were like super laid back when it came to like they wouldn't take me to the theater, but like when it came to video, they would definitely like they didn't care. You know, they it's crazy that they knew that I wasn't like gonna be like a fucking. I mean, maybe they didn't know, maybe they didn't care, but I feel like they
yeah,
kind of knew my limits, where it was just like you can watch this, you can't watch that, right?
yeah,
But that
yeah.
was one of the ones that I remember when it came to video, I watched it and it was just such a fucking like at that time, even now, I watched it very fairly recently and it holds up. Like it really holds up. Like
Very
the
well.
CGI or whatever you would call it, the puppets or what do you call that? Like
Yeah,
the
the animatronics.
animatronics, that's the word I'm looking for. Like the animatronics, like they work. Like even now, like
Yeah,
it's very, very it keeps up, it holds up, and it's been what 20, 30 years now?
yeah.
31 years
I
it's been out. And I enjoyed it.
crazy.
And I remember the phenomenon around it when it came out.
Mm,
And then the sequel,
yes.
which that was a big thing too. But it didn't do
Mm-hmm.
as well, I think, as the first one. Or maybe it did, but
Oh no.
it wasn't as memorable for me as the
Yeah.
first one. But the
No.
first one did so many things that were like at that time, like a trend. It was a trend setting, like the eye and the like the T-Rex eye, like that was like a historic. Like,
Yeah.
people mimic that all the time. And then
The
uh the
cup of
um
water.
the cup of water, like all that stuff. Like they really would like parody that often.
Yeah.
And then like
That was a
the T-Rex running in the side mirror. Like
yes.
we just watched Toy Story with my 2-year-old the other day, and they do that where Rex
Yeah.
is running, and then it's like it's like a recreation of that scene in Toy Story. But that was kind of funny. But yeah, why? What do you think about that movie?
I remember that's probably one of my first movie memories, like of the theater. I remember seeing that my mom, because I growing up I was like really into like dinosaurs. I don't know, it was kind of weird. But I remember when that came out, my mom took me and oh my God, me and my 2 brothers, we all went. And I just remember how like the opening was so boring. I was falling asleep. And then when they actually get to the park, I was like, okay, like I just remember being wide awake because I was like, okay, something's gonna happen. They got to this place, they landed. Like I didn't know the story at the time. You know, I'm 6 years old. So all I see is, they land in this island. I see all these trees and, they're full, like basically like nature. So I was like, oh, something's gonna come out. And then when they first show like the first dinosaurs, like I was blown away because you're right. It does hold up very well. Like that computer animation is nuts.
Right.
Like even to this day, nuts. And I just remember just thinking, oh my God, like this, this got to be real. Like this can't, how they do it. And yeah, it was just such a great movie. Oh my God, there's so many memorable things about it. Like the cup, the cup of water scene was amazing. The dinosaurs, what's that? I forget his name, but the fat guy from Seinfeld.
Dennis Nedry.
Yes, just him being like a goofball, and then watching him get killed by that one dinosaur, and just so Samuel L. Jackson, like.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
so great. Jeff
Yeah.
Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum was so awesome in that movie, like such a creep and like weird. Because I watched it recently too,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, this dude's like weird, like
Dude, there's so many things, and that's another thing about that movie to me is like there's so many things going on that I didn't notice as a kid, and as you grow up, you kind of like see there's so many moving parts of that movie that was just like like that whole like the Sam Jackson storyline, like him the figuring out the hacker and Jeff Goldblum, and then there's that iconic scene where it's like him laying there with his shirt off. Have you seen that like a meme?
yeah, 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 yeah,
There's just so much attached to that movie. It's just crazy.
yeah.
What was I gonna say about that? I was gonna say something about I don't know. But yeah, it's 1994, Jurassic Park. I remember that very vividly, that era.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat
Oh my
era.
God. Yes, yes, it was. What a freaking gap between technology of the two. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like more the first Mortal Kombat's not terrible, but man,
No, no.
compared to the animation of Jurassic, but then Jurassic Park, that was Steven Spielberg, so
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he was riding high.
They did. Yeah, he never, I don't think he ever, maybe he did, but we wouldn't hear about it maybe, but I feel like Spielberg never really had a bad thing. I watched a fucking, uh, an episode of, what's that? Columbo? You ever seen Columbo? Remember that
I
show?
I remember it, but I don't think I ever watched.
Okay, there's this, it's like they're like mini movies. It's a series, but they're like mini movies. So like everyone is like its own little like story. And Columbo's just a
Yeah.
detective solving this crime, right? That happens in each episode. And there's this one that I remember I watched when I was a kid, and it was like very scary. Really, like it was the craziest thing ever. I saw it recently again. Didn't realize until I saw it again that it was directed by Steven Spielberg in the
Oh
70s.
wow,
And that's probably why I thought it was
nice.
so good. He just had that touch. He just had
Yeah,
that eye.
yeah. Even yeah, because he just knew how to like reel you in. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something about certain like scenes that just when the kids are like when they're getting chased by or they're not even being chased when they're running with all those other dinosaurs, the way it's shot, like how they're running, passing by them, and if you feel like you're there, like you really feel like in the movie, and like there's points where you're just like you feel like you're there and you want to keep watching, but at the same time you feel that like suspense, like when that guy's trying to hunt the raptors, like oh dude, that's such a great scene
Yes.
because you have no idea where that's going, and it turns out that they like pretty much trap the guy and they set him up, and it's just like oh my god.
And right
But
before he
then
died.
the chick's still like on the so she's still got to find a way out, and she's like running her for her life, and it's just like it's nonstop. It's great. Yeah, I remember with the Jurassic Park, I remember they had the toy line, and I remember I never had it, but my neighbor did, and I always wanted it because he didn't really care for it. As I was fucking a fanatic, but he had like the Jeep that had the little it looked like a noose. You would catch the dinosaurs, and
Oh, I know
tie
exactly
it
what you're
around
talking
their
about.
neck.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I remember he had that, and I always wanted it, and it would just sit in his room. And I'm pretty sure I was the only one who played with it because he didn't really care about it. But I remember I got the dinosaur that spits. I forget what it's called, but I had that one because back then I guess they didn't have the toy technology to like make the little like the thing on his neck come out. So it's just like a whole ass like ring you would put on, so like it was like the dinosaur neck, and then you would just put it over it like it was like a donut.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then I also had the one where it's just like the dinosaur, and then a chunk of its like leg comes out. I guess it's supposed to be so like you can have, whatever dinosaur bite it. And I remember that because I had one, and the little piece came out. I lost it, so I would still play with it. And I think I moved rooms or something like years later, and I found that little piece, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I threw it out, and then I really sat and thought about it, and I was like, "Oh, that's what it was."
Damn.
But damn, I bet they made a fortune on their toy line because dude, there are so many,
Yeah.
just crazy, crazy. And the merch, the t-shirts, like I remember seeing that logo just everywhere. I mean, even now you still see
Yeah,
that
you
shit
see it all the
everywhere.
time. I saw a Jeep like 5 years ago with it
Oh
was
yeah,
it was like I had a Jeep, and he put the Jurassic Park decal on the side of it to make it look like one of
yeah,
those fucking
and
Jeeps that
colored it
run.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I when I lived in Vegas, I would see it driving up the Hatchby like all the time. It was so weird. Like the first couple of times I take a picture of it, whatever, and be like, oh yeah, check the show. After a while, just like, oh, there's that fucking guy again. Like,
Right. Yeah, and that's crazy how that became a brand from that point on.
Yeah, dude, seriously. Even after like they stopped making movies for a while, like I'm sure they were still making toys.
Hmm.
They're probably making, Lego sets and stuff. And yeah, I wonder what it's like to have stock in that franchise. Because
Right,
man,
right. That's something that I hear all the time is like all those actors, they probably missed out on all that, but like Tom Hanks, he did that with
yeah,
Forrest Gump, I think, where many movies, but Forrest Gump was one of the ones where he
regret
like
it.
the director ended up coming to him in the middle of the from my understanding is what happened. That Robert Zemeckis directed Forrest Gump. He's the guy who did like Back to the Future and shit.
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
in the middle of the process of the filming, he had to go to Tom Hanks and be like, "Look, I know like it is weird, but I have to like ask you for money to finish this production." And they had to like have this whole meeting about it. Like we have to ask the actor who he has money. We know he has money. Just invests this much, and if you could do that, we're going to pay you points on the back end, not just like. So we're not going to pay you for this film. Like you're going to do the film, but you get whatever
yeah,
grosses from this movie. And he made that gamble, which it could have not made money, and he would have lost
yeah,
money. He wouldn't have made his money back, but he did that gamble, and instead of getting like a paycheck of whatever $50,000, $100,000 it was back at that time, or whatever, a million, whatever, he ended up making points off of every single sale. So
yeah,
he ended up making millions off of that one deal, and that's something that I know that Universal probably did to Jurassic Park. The actors, like, where it's like, okay, we're gonna make this movie and we're gonna make this movie, but once it became something,
yeah,
we own the brand. Now we can make points however we. So if they want to make toys, merch, anything, but if those actors were ingrained in that deal, they would be making money till this day. Like, but they
yeah.
only got paid once. Boom, thank you for your time.
That's it.
That's it. But that's
That's
how it
crazy.
goes with these fucking companies.
I think George Lucas with the Disney deal, I think he agreed something like keeping the rights to like all the toys, like not,
Yeah. Oh yeah. He would have to do something to keep him like a revenue stream, I would assume, just because you don't want to get rid of that cash cow. That's a cash cow you made.
yeah,
And to sell it to
that's
Disney
a,
for one whole price, that's
yeah,
crazy. Like, because they're going to make millions and millions and millions and more with it. So
yeah,
why not negotiate to get? I mean, I would assume if you're, part of the creation, you should negotiate on deals that go beyond. That's what happened
yeah.
with I don't know if you know, I mean, I don't know the full story, but I know that's what happened with Scarlett Johansson and Disney. They had a problem at a time. Do you remember
Oh
that?
yeah,
So that's what
yeah,
happened
yeah.
was she had made Black Widow before the pandemic, and she had already had deals that go with her contract, her acting contract, to where once she's done with the movie, the deal is she makes this much, right? Like
Yeah.
depending on how the movie does or whatever. And what happened was once the pandemic happened, and then they were like, Disney was like, we're not going to make it a theater movie. We're going to make it a Disney Plus movie. That's when Disney Plus launched.
Yeah.
And it turned out to where they did do it in theaters, but they also put out Disney Plus, and it turned to a thing where she wasn't getting paid for the Disney Plus side of it. So that's why she was like, well,
Wow.
we never negotiated anything about the streaming sales. So that's when they had to
Yeah.
go in and like renegotiate.
What a fucking man. You think Disney, one of the biggest companies in the world. And they're like,
Yeah.
nah, man. We need
Yeah.
our penny. We need every little bit.
Hmm.
That's nuts.
But the main thing was streaming doesn't make money, I guess. The main thing was the whole thing was she was supposed to make money off ticket sales. But what happened was because of the pandemic and then putting out Disney Plus, how are they going to make ticket sales?
Yeah.
So it's like they're taking
I,
it from her money by putting it
it's
on
a
Disney
loophole.
Plus.
Yeah. Damn, that's
So
crazy.
that was the main stipulation that she had a problem with, where it's like, I don't care about the streaming because streaming don't make money. It's more like you just kind of cock block my
The
my
revenue.
my theatrical release
Yeah.
by releasing it at home. No one's going to watch it at theaters because it's COVID. No one wants to go out.
Yeah. Damn, that's fucked up.
People want to
I
stay home
never
and watch it.
watched that movie.
It's good. I liked it.
Yeah. I never seen it.
I love
I heard it
Scarlett
was,
Johansson. I
yeah,
watch
it's good.
anything she's in.
Yeah,
I love her so much.
she's great.
Yeah, yeah, she is.
Man, yeah, dude. But yeah, I was thinking, they're doing a whole new Jurassic World, I guess. She's
Mm.
gonna be in it.
She's
That's
in it.
crazy. Full circle.
See, full
Yeah,
circle. She's in it.
she's basically the female Chris Chris Pratt, I
Yeah.
guess, in this one, which I'm not mad at. I like Scarlett Johansson. I think she's a strong lead. I think she could do it. I mean, you got to take it for what it is. It's not like some fucking, theatrical masterpiece. It's a movie about dinosaurs. Like, I think it's gonna be great. I'm gonna watch it regardless. It's definitely a summer, it's summertime, you one of those you want to watch with the kids. Um, I don't know. I feel like there's only two ways to do like reboots or like I hate they say legacy sequels where they wait like 30 years to do one, and it's either you do it right or you don't do it at all because they try so hard sometimes and it's like should have just left it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I've noticed with like even TV, like when they bring back old TV shows, is they rely too much on
I'm sure.
the nostalgia.
Talking about Jurassic Park,
Like it's too much of like,
the new
oh
movie.
yeah, remember this? Wink wink, or hey, remember when this character did this? Wink
Right.
wink. Now I have a kid. But hey, remember like no man, like just tell a whole new story about something else. Leave it alone. I will say King of the Hill is probably my most favorite show on the planet. I love that show to
Oh,
death.
they rebooting that too.
Yes, I think next month.
Dude, there's so much behind that. You hear about that guy that died?
Yes, but like,
Fuck.
but
They
like
hate crimed him.
yeah, it's effed up. Um,
Fuck.
but like I love that show. Like I love it to death, and I am gonna watch whenever they start up again. But as much as I love that show, I know it's not. They're not gonna do it right.
No, hell no.
For one, like unfortunately, a lot of the characters are no longer alive, which is horrible. But also, it's something that did need to get brought back. Like you should just leave it
Well,
where it's at.
well, going back to Jurassic Park, like, even though it's probably gonna, I mean, who knows? It could suck. It could be cool. I don't know what you
Mhm.
thought about the Jurassic World, but as long as Scarlett Johansson's in it, I'm gonna watch it for sure.
Yeah.
That's the point. I'm definitely gonna watch that movie.
Yeah. Well, I like the first Jurassic World was good, but if you really think about it, it's kind of like the first Jurassic Park.
I remember seeing it, and I remember seeing another one. I don't know if it was the second or third. They're very forgettable to me, in my
Yeah.
opinion, because they have the same people, just kind of like they're running around.
Yeah.
The original Jurassic Park trilogy was more distinctive in that way, but yeah, the new movie looks really good. I agree on that, but mainly because they go back to the original island.
Yeah.
That's I
Yeah.
think that's kind of like they're doing that for us, for the old school fans. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
go back to the old island.
Yeah. I forgot who I was talking to, but I was like, the biggest indicator that an old movie that's being remade is gonna suck is when they bring back the original cast. Like as soon as you see original cast, you're like, oh, this
I don't
movie's
know
gonna
about that.
fucking.
I don't know about
Because I
that.
mean, because they did that with Jurassic World. They failed terribly doing that with Star Wars. Like they fucked Star Wars off with that.
That's an
It's
example, yeah.
I think the only one I seen that was semi decent was Beverly Hills Cop, and I was just like,
I didn't want to watch it for that reason. I never watched it for that reason because
it.
I'm mad they're gonna fuck it up,
Yeah, the third one's my favorite one.
or not fuck it up, but more of like here's an example. I don't know if maybe this kind of fits in that, but like Rush Hour. Rush Hour 1 was
Hmm.
great. 2 was, I felt like, even better. The original is great too. But 2 could probably beat the first one, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the
But
second one's the best one.
3
Yeah,
was just, it was a
yeah,
lackluster. It wasn't that great. It waited too long. Or I
that's.
don't know what, it didn't have something. That there was something that was
Hmm.
missing in that. Because honestly, it's forgettable. Same with, to me, Friday. The Friday After Next, to me, is very unforgettable. Or very forgettable. Sorry, forgettable. But a lot
Yeah,
of people I talk to are really like, that's my favorite Friday. I'm like, what's going on there? Because like to me, the best
yeah.
Friday is the original. Like even the
Hmm.
second one was good, but I wouldn't say it was better than the first.
It might be as good, but it's not better than the first for sure.
The second or the third?
Yeah, the
Oh,
second,
okay. I was
the
the
third
third
one,
is not like it's.
the
I
third
saw
one
it maybe
wasn't
two
bad. There's
times.
just nothing to it.
I saw
Yeah,
it 2 times maybe, and it wasn't nothing that stuck with me. Nothing stuck. You know what I mean? The first two,
yeah.
like a lot of stuff stuck with me. Just stayed there, like quotable lines. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
I think I think the thing with Rush Hour was everything was so fresh and new. Like Jackie Chan was already in the game, but he wasn't doing a lot of American movies, so it was like working his way in there. Because you had Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2, then you had Shanghai Noon, which was still one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And then you had Rush Hour 3, which was lackluster, and then the second Shanghai Noon, which was forgettable as hell. So it's like I
Right.
think if you don't get like freshness, you get fatigue, and it's like show me new or don't show me at all.
Or
Uh,
or or like Dumb and Dumber 2. Have you seen that?
Never watched it. Nope,
Oh
couldn't.
man, dude. I mean, there are some moments just because it's the original actors, I feel like, because that's probably like what
Hmm.
I would say would go against for me your point of saying that the original cast is going to be a red flag and that's not going to be good. It may be, but with Dumb and Dumber 2, it was not good by far. But there are
Yeah,
some moments, dude, I swear to God, where you would just crack up
yeah,
laughing because you know
yeah,
these guys, you know them so well. Like you just
yeah,
know they just do some like crazy stupid shit. Like they do this thing
yeah,
where like they go on a bus, right? They have a bike. They have a bike in there and they're driving like kids. Like one guy sitting on the handlebars and like Jim
yeah,
Carrey's riding the bike, like really pushing him up the street. It's fucking hilarious. They catch a bus. The bus stops and then they see the bike rack in the front and they go, oh, I don't know how to use one of these, right? Cut to it's nighttime now. It was daytime before, and the bus is parking, and you just see like the back of the bus, and then you see the bus pull up, and then you actually see the front of the bus, and those fools are still on the bike on the rack, on the
yeah,
front of the bus, just still pedaling, like if they're having the time of their life. And then they get off and they're like, see you later to the, it's like shit like that, where it's like, dude, that's hilarious.
yeah,
But
yeah,
the story is like bad, really fucking bad. But there are moments where it's like them together doing slapstick shit. It's like, that's what I want to see more of. Like, that's what makes me laugh. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
there are some
yeah,
moments in that movie where it's like, that's fucking hilarious, bro. But as an
yeah.
overall thing, it wasn't good.
I think with some movies too, I think it's just you can't catch lightning in a bottle more than once. You know what I mean? Some things just hit, and you got to just leave it at that. I think with Jurassic Park, because it reached such a level of like, I guess, I don't know, culture. I guess it became part of the culture that you can't help but not try. You know what I mean? And I mean, even if this movie bombs, it's still gonna make a shitload of money. It's still gonna branch off and make, merchandise, toys, whatever. But I think it's too big to fail, especially them releasing in the summertime. Because I'm gonna go see it. Even if it didn't look good, I would still go see it just because, it's a whole I think they took the last two and were like, okay, we felt these two. Let's just restart. And I hope that's what they're doing. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Um, but of the first three movies, I guess the first one is still probably one of my favorite movies in general, I think.
I don't even
I
remember
just
the third one.
yeah, you know what? I don't either. I know they brought back the guy from the first one, but
Right.
I don't
I've seen it a
remember that
couple
one.
times, but I don't remember the storyline. I think that, there's a guy who his son gets kidnapped by a dinosaur on this island.
Oh
And they
yeah,
call
yeah,
him, but I forget what happens. I forget like the exact
yeah.
beats of the movie.
It
But I remember it
it's
has something to do, and it's William H. Macy who
yeah
hires
from
Grant.
Shameless.
Grant, yeah, he hires Grant to
Oh
come.
yeah, and Taya Leone.
That was the wife. You're right. Yeah, I forgot about that
Yes.
until you said
Oh,
it. Yeah,
she's so hot. She's so hot.
yeah.
And
She was a
but not
'90s hottie for me. She was like my
yeah, not
'90s.
I didn't like her in that movie with the short hair though.
Yeah, okay. I remember she was in a
Yeah.
TV show. I forget what it was called on NBC. I used to watch it all the
Oh,
time.
yeah, we're gonna have to go back to her
Yeah.
later on. Uh Jurassic Park. So in the first movie, I gotta ask, do you have a favorite scene?
In the first movie, yeah, I have a bunch of favorite scenes. My favorite, one of the like the ones that sticks out to me when you first mentioned it was it's creepy and it's funny and it's like a bunch of emotions, anxious, anxiety, and all in one scene. It's the scene where Dennis Nedry is trying to get to the dock in the rain,
Yes.
and he uh tosses his Jeep accidentally over a cliff. He's trying to get out of the cliff. He goes down, like ties his shit around a rope, try to reel him in, his car in, whatever, his Jeep, and then like he ends up running into the what the fuck are they called? I used to know the name. The
The
little
Lophosaurus.
the Lophosauruses, like
I
the
like to
flower.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Yeah, and then it seems he's like laughing it off or like, get the fuck out of here, you stupid piece of shit or whatever. And then little does he know, he gets in the car and one's in the car with him and fucking just spits all over him, probably eats him or I don't know what the
Shreds him.
fuck it
Yeah.
does. Yeah. Yeah. So that scene was like funny. I remember as a kid, it was scared me. But it
Yeah.
was like it was one of those things that I knew I was gonna get scared, and I was scared every time. I felt like anxiety inside of me, but I needed to see it. Like you can't look away. Like every time it was
Yeah.
on TV or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this real quick. Like I just want to see this part.
This is going down.
Yeah, it was just like an interesting scene, and it was just great. Everything about it that sticks out to me. Um,
Nicely.
probably the rap the T-Rex running at the car,
At
stuff
the
like
Jeep.
that.
Yeah. That Dennis scene, greatly shot. That was all animatronics too, like so nicely made. It looks so good.
Yeah, that's a prime example of what we're talking about how the um like it seems real. Like
Yeah.
there's no fuck ups. It doesn't seem like fake or the dinosaur looks fake and it's really scary because it looks real. I think that's why it makes it so fucking scary because it's so fucking real, so realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder how they did
Great.
that. I would see the behind the scenes of that day. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Man, imagine being on the set of that. Yeah. All those practical effects and stuff. Being like one of those people that are, you get to like move as one of the dinosaurs and shit. That'd be crazy.
Hmm.
You live the rest of your life, say you're a part of that shit. That's a great scene.
Really good. But Jurassic Park is really good. Um, so what's the theme? What's your theme right now? Is it reboots or is it just Jurassic Park?
Uh, just Jurassic Park mainly.
Okay.
But I mean, I want to probably splice in some of that other stuff too.
Because if you're talking about reboots, I know bad reboots. Like, you ever seen Jay and Silent Bob?
I seen the first one. I didn't
Right.
see the reboot.
The reboot was garbage to me.
Oh,
Absolute
yeah,
garbage.
I
I mean,
bet. I
there
bet
was some moments,
because
but it was just garbage.
it wasn't necessary.
It wasn't
No, I don't think
necessary.
anyone asked for it.
No one
Yeah.
asked for it. Right. That's exactly kind of like, but even then, like I feel like Dumb and Dumber 2, right? Which I guess
Hmm.
it's not a reboot, it's a sequel, but it was literally 20 years later. And it's like my question with that movie, with how it came out, like who's asking for it? Like
Yeah.
we are the old guys, but who's watching movies? The kids, not us.
Who's the target audience at the
Right.
end of
And
the day?
that's not
Yeah.
like you're making a movie for someone that people that aren't going to show up. Like
Yeah.
you're shooting yourself in the foot, in my opinion. I don't know. It's just my opinion.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I look at it as they're running out of ideas, or not even running out of ideas. I think they're too scared to use original ideas. So they're like, well, we need to make money. Here's our budget. We need to double our budget. So let's go at what we know. Let's coattail off of something that's already been very successful and try to go from there. And I think the issue is a lot of times they try to do the same thing, but they have more tools, so they try to spend less, and it shows. Like a lot of these movies, they cut out like a lot of the main, I guess, like aspects that made those movies great. Like they cut them out entirely. Disney, I think, is like a big perpetrator of that. And God, I don't even want to say that on record because I'm sure someone at Disney ever were to hear this, I'd be freaking crucified. But
Mhm.
yeah, a lot of it I think is just it's not necessary. Like I think what's coming out now, the Naked Gun, like I
That's
don't
an interesting take. Yeah, I could see the humor in it, but I don't. I wonder who that's for.
right. Because I mean they don't make silly comedies like that anymore, which sucks because those are hilarious.
And Liam
You know,
Neeson doing it, that's weird. Like it's never been done before.
yeah. Like I think they're just slapping stuff together. Like,
But I
okay, what do
mean,
we do?
I think it could be good. I mean, I'm interested to see because Liam Neeson as being goofy, I've never seen that,
Hmm.
and I'm interested to see that
Yeah.
if it works.
But the original Naked Gun guy was Leslie
Leslie
Nelson, I think.
Nielsen. Hmm.
He was a serious actor at first too,
Oh, was
and
he?
then
I didn't know that.
flipped it. Yeah, he was in that airplane movie. Oh no, no,
Airplane
I
was a
for,
goofy movie.
No. There it was. I want to say the movie it was parodying. He was like in it, or I don't know. But
Oh, I think I heard that. You're right.
yeah, he started off as like a serious actor and
That's
then
crazy.
flipped around. But it's one of those things where it's like, who is this for? Who's really talking about Naked Gun in 2025? You know?
Fact. That's a fact. That's a real.
And
But one of the things that made me laugh and made me like want to be interested is that OJ. You see the OJ part?
yeah. See, and
That was
that's
fucking
the thing.
hilarious.
Like that's funny, but that's could be funny as like a skit. You know, like that could be a YouTube short.
Right, but I'm wondering
You're
what else they got in that movie that's gonna be like fucking crazy like that. Like, that's my only. Cause like if
yeah.
they're willing to go that far, that's hilarious. That's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
And if they do, then it's probably gonna be great.
Well, it's
They
Seth
have
MacFarlane. You know that, right?
I did read that.
Seth
Yeah.
MacFarlane is basically the Family Guy. It directed and wrote it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's gonna be close to
It's
Family Guy humor. It's gonna be dark, and I
yeah.
can't wait to see it.
Yeah. I mean it's I'm curious, but you know, I don't have high expectations for
Right,
it.
right.
But I mean I have that with a lot of reboots and like remakes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I just they exist to me, you know. They're
yeah.
not they're not offensive, like I'm not pissed off and like some of these like you see people now like they don't like the way a movie's being written or something and they're like sending death threats and it's like, come on, man, like it's not your story to tell. Like just go out there, don't don't watch.
Don't
But
watch it. Don't watch it.
for me, it's just like, if it's there, like when it comes out, cool. When it's on Hulu or Netflix or whatever, I'll probably watch it, but I'm in no rush to see it, because
Right.
I like what is it, the third one, the Naked Gun?
Dude, they all bleed together for me. But I remember
Yeah,
as a kid watching
the
them all. But they're
the
funny.
latest one, yeah, it's
Oh, the
great
third one is
stuff.
the one where he has that Leslie, or what's her name?
Yeah,
Presley, the Presley.
yeah,
That's the one. Okay, I
yeah.
remember that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
That's the one out. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one's
you're right. You're
funny.
right. That's very. I remember that one now. It's very
Where
memorable.
they escape through the
Yeah.
tunnels and he uh sneaks out the dirt on
Hmm.
the baseball field
Yep.
and that guy's running home and he just slides into a big ass mountain of dirt.
Yep.
That's so great.
I love LA's playing.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That's that's a good one. They're also remaking Spaceballs, or no, they're making a sequel.
No way.
Yes.
They have to have Rick Moranis come back.
Oh, everyone's coming back.
Dude, are you
Yes.
joking?
What is his name? Bill Pullman.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I
John
guess
Candy can't
his
come back.
Yeah. Well, I guess Josh Gad is gonna be in it,
Oh, that's
which
cool. I
but
like him.
Bill
He's cool.
Pullman, but the main guy, his son, I guess is slated on the cast, and
Okay.
Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is like 90 something, and
Dude,
he's
that's gonna be
reprising
crazy.
he's reprising his role.
I was trying to have my wife watch that the other day. The
Oh, I
first one. She
love
never
that
seen it.
movie.
We saw like the
I
first half.
love that movie. My oldest brother introduced me to freaking Mel Brooks movies, and that was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement. He's
Dude,
gonna
if he
come
does
back.
that movie, that's
Yeah,
gonna be the movie to watch. I just want to
yeah,
see him, how he's doing. You
yeah.
already got
And
punched in the street?
yeah, I heard that.
That's
Who would do that?
fuck. Well, I feel like it's probably someone who like did it. I mean, I would hope so. And like didn't realize he saw the news, like, oh fuck, that was Rick Moranis. No.
Yeah, fucking Wayne Zelinsky.
Yeah,
No, Wayne
dude.
Zelinsky. He'll shrink
Fuck.
your ass. Don't fuck with him.
Dude, I was gonna try
Uh,
to show my son that movie the other day.
oh man, dude, you should tell him it's a documentary.
It's
I
a
used to do that to my daughter. I'd be like, look at this. This isn't a movie. This is real people.
that's a
And
good
she
idea.
was like, I would do that to her till she was like 10. She finally caught on to it.
I
But
like that.
even still, she would go to like my mom or someone. She'd be like, "Is this real?" And
That's well, how
they
old
would.
was she?
I think I did it until she was at least 10,
That's
and then
great.
and then
I
she caught on
love
to
that.
it. Yeah.
We'll try that.
E- even now, she's 15, and there's sometimes I'm like, this is real, right? She's like, "You're done, Dad."
She's cotton
Yeah,
on to your lies. That's
yeah.
hilarious. That's
Now
funny.
I'm just waiting for the day where she shows me like a YouTube video, and she's like, "This is real."
Hey, and you know
Like,
what? Some of the things now are fooling people, so you never know.
dude, yeah.
She might
AI.
get you. She might get you
Um,
now.
I will I will praise her the day she does because she's doing a lot of stuff now that surprises me and makes me proud. Like she has a thing where she shows me new music now, and I that shit is like heaven to me. Like I feel like if one of his kids picked up a pair of boxing gloves, they're like, Dad, come on, let's box.
Right. No,
Like
I
that's how.
completely get it. Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
she'll be like, Dad, let me show you this song, and she'll play it. She's like, this is pretty dope, huh? And I'm like, get out of here, man. Who are you?
That's
So yeah,
awesome.
yeah, it's great. It's great. But yeah, she's a fan of like old movies too. Like I show her old movies all the time. We watched Jurassic Park. What else? We've watched, oh my God, so many old movies. What was the most recent? Her favorite one was The Fifth Element, which, oh gosh,
Dude, I've never
fucking
seen
love
that
that movie.
movie.
What?
I've never seen that movie.
Then okay, so by our next episode, you need to watch that.
I'm super down.
That
I will do that
it's
for
on
homework.
it's on Amazon. Oh my God, it's fucking it's a documentary. It's a documentary, so watch it.
Okay. I
Yeah.
believe you.
Yeah, no, it's a
That's funny.
great movie. So many quotable lines too. Yes, I can't. I'm excited. I'm jealous because you get to experience it for the first time.
That's cool. No,
And then
I know all about it. I've never actually seen it. I've seen pieces,
yes.
here and there, but I've never actually Mila Jovovich, Bruce Willis, um,
Oh man, let me find
Sirius
out how to
Black. I forget his name.
Chris Tucker.
No, Sirius Black. I'm from Harry Potter.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Mm.
Oh,
The bad guy.
uh,
I don't know. I
uh,
forget
uh,
Gary something or Sinise. No, not
Gary
Gary.
Oldman.
Gary
Gary Oldman.
Oldman. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Debo's in it too.
Debo's in it. You know, I met Gary Oldman one time.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my
At
God.
a guitar center in Hollywood. I didn't meet him, but I saw him and I went to go talk to him and he literally was like he was in the acoustic room by himself playing. And I saw him, I go, that's the guy from Fifth Element. That's the only thing I knew him in at the time. Only thing I knew him in at the time. Fifth Element. Only because
Oh, that's
I'm aware of the Fifth Element. And it was with Krupp Dog and I was with Avani. And because Avani lived in LA and we were just going there. We were at his house staying the weekend and we went to Guitar Center just to go look at stuff. And I saw him. I swear to God it was him. And then when we went into the room, he left and a bunch of people were there. And then he went out to like this wall and like looking at all these guitars. And I went and I stood next to him like, is that fucking him? I swear to God, if it wasn't him, it was someone who looked just like him. But he
yeah.
was avoiding me like the plague. Like the more I
Mhm.
tried to see who he was moving around. But he was
Yeah.
stationary when I first saw. So that's why it makes me think it was him.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
But then after that, it was
Man.
right after that when all of a sudden, Batman. He was,
Oh yeah.
Jeff or Detective Gordon. What was his name? Whatever, Gordon.
Yeah.
And
Commissioner Gordon.
then Commissioner Gordon, and then it was, Harry Potter. He was serious. He was Sirius Black. Harry Potter's uncle.
Damn. So
And like that's when I started seeing him in everything, and I was like, oh wow, like he's a really crazy dude.
yeah. Such a great actor too. He was Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Right, right. Yeah, he's in
Creepy.
so many crazy things.
Yeah.
Have you
That's
seen
but professional.
what's the one that Quentin Tarantino wrote? He plays like a dude playing a black guy with Jamaican dreads. I forgot the
Quentin
movie. Fuck.
Tarantino?
Yeah, he wrote it. He didn't direct it though. It was I forgot the movie. Anyways, he wrote it and someone else directed it, and it was a big movie. True Romance.
True Romance. I haven't seen that one.
You ever seen that movie? Christian
I
Slater,
haven't.
the Arquette girl, the girl in Little Nicky. I forget the Arquette. You know the little nerdy girl that Little Nicky's trying to get with.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Yeah, okay.
her, Patricia Arquette, I think. And Christian Slater are like on the run. They steal money and they're on the run, and like this
Huh.
gang's trying to catch them. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's a pretty good movie.
Wow. Could look that up. Damn
True
it.
Romance. I'm sure you've seen it before. It was a really
It
big movie
sounds
back in the
familiar.
day.
Yeah, it
Yeah, yeah.
sounds real familiar. Crazy.
James
Yeah,
Gandolfini's
Gary
in it.
Oldman. Oh God, what a time, man. Yeah, I can't wait for you to watch it. I'm gonna try to figure out a live stream. That would be great to watch it on a live stream and just get your reactions. Because
Well, that'd be great.
movies, why can't they just do original things anymore? Like they do, but it's not often. I love it because when they do, there's just even if they're not great, I just like seeing something new, you know? It's
Right,
refreshing.
right.
Uh, Especially like horror movies. Like I don't know if you've seen any horror movies lately, but they've been hitting recently. There's been some great horror movies coming out, and growing up, I hated them. I was the youngest, so my older siblings, they made it a point to scare me as often as possible. So when a horror movie came on, I didn't have control of the TV, so I had to watch or I had to cover up and listen. And then after that, I have to go with like a day or two of them constantly trying to scare me. So, uh, it's just great to see, new ideas, thriving, directors that are, fresh on the scene. I guess that's kind of why I watch YouTube so much because it's all original, But even that's getting saturated. They're knuckling down on like, things you can't say, words you can't say. So, you have these channels that are supposed to be like adult channels and they're like editing out like the word damn or like death or just little minor things. And
Well, you know what it is? It's YouTube, which is
yeah,
YouTube in 2018 got really strict. I don't
yeah,
know if you know about that on their laws,
yeah,
on
yeah,
their
yeah.
like agreements or whatever with their users, and it got into a situation
TOS,
where
yeah.
now it's like even with like you were talking about the reels that I was
Yeah.
doing, and those reels they get blocked if I say certain things. So like
That's
it's just
so
even in like a short clip, like a minute clip. So in order to do that, I have to go in and edit out the cuss words. Which, yeah, I get it for a short because you want people to come and see your podcast. But when it comes to the actual podcast, like I hope that there's more freedom, and there has been, but I just don't know if that's going to be an issue later.
yeah, yeah. That's it's always a dicey thing when you're
Right.
posting it because yeah, so wild, man. Uh, it's just censor. It's so crazy, and I tell my friends that like are like musicians and stuff that they post stuff or they tell me like, hey, I don't think you can do this, or like if they ask me like, why don't you have the episodes on YouTube? And I'm like, I tried like 4 times, got deleted, channel got deleted, emails got deleted, like accounts got deleted, like with no explanation. But I always tell them it's so weird how I get censored for like little things, like minor things, but every other ad that I get is like my dick's broken or I need blue chew or I need to shave my balls and like they don't edit that shit nor do they just censor it. Like where's the line there, Is it because they're advertising, they're giving you money, you like, and it's so like, to me it's just like it's stupid. Like I can hear a commercial and they just blatantly just like come out with like the most like shock value commercials about sex or, and it's like, come on, man. I can't talk about, I don't know, fucking, I don't know what I don't know. I can't even give it an example because I don't know what it was, but like
Right.
I hear people that censor the word drugs.
Yeah, you have
Like,
and suicide,
yeah,
murder,
yeah, yeah,
killing, like those words are taboo now.
yeah.
It's really
And it's so
interesting to see
weird.
the
It's,
switch in cultures, all the everything that's going on now. Suicide was one that got me, or murder,
yeah,
or even like
yeah,
they don't even say sex anymore. They say segs. And you know where
yeah.
that started was because
Uh,
uh like those AI voices can't say sex. If you put sex, they say sex or they say something stupid. So they put seggs, and that makes the AI say sex.
I see.
That's why
That's
they spell so. But then people started making fun of it, segs, and that's why they call it segs now.
That's so weird. What a what a dumb term of service.
It's just
Like
interesting.
it's cool. I mean it's a little much, but if you're gonna do that, stop sending showing me ads that are
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
over,
The
you know
ad
what I
thing
mean?
is
Like,
out of control. I can tell you that for sure. And it's always the same ad, the same ad. And I
yeah.
kind of get like kind of like I think with you, I was talking about how it's kind of like revealing, like when they show you things, it's like, am I? Are
Yeah.
you like when they like they'll be like, you grow your penis? And I'm
Dude, yes.
like, are you talking to me? Like,
Yeah. It's so funny too, because there was one time where I was getting it and I was like, let me check because they data mine, so they check like your search history.
right.
And I don't watch porn or anything, you know what I mean? Like
And I don't look for penis stuff.
and
That's why I'm
and
like,
and
what
and
the
I
fuck?
was like, where do I why and it's just on there. I guess I imagine they have some kind of like algorithm where it's like on a set loop where they just randomly throw it in there because I was like, maybe when we did the lyrics to that song Too Close.
That's probably what I was talking to my wife about it because she's like, "What are you doing tonight?" I'm like, "I probably can get on a podcast." She's like, "Really? Whose podcast?" And I told her, and then she was like, "Oh, what do you guys talk about?" And I go, "Well, we did a podcast where we talk about Next, Too Close." And she's like, "I know that song." I'm like, "But do you know that song?"
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And
funny because
we listened to it, and she was like, "Wow, okay." It's like,
yeah,
yes.
that's yes, that's awesome. I put it on my Instagram story and that was the first time I heard the beginning of it. That's the first time and I put that like there's no type of like explanation. I just put that in there. I was like if anyone's heard that episode, they'll understand it.
I wonder if she can tell if I'm hard right
Right
now.
now. Yeah, that's literally what it is. And I was like, oh my God.
And the girl's like, "Step back, you're standing kind of
Yeah.
close." Like she's literally telling him, "Get the fuck away from me."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You know you did it to me, so you better
She's
take this
yeah.
dick."
She's calling him a perv without
And he's
using the
like,
word
"Take this
perv.
dick, bitch. I don't give a fuck." Like it's
Yeah, and
crazy the insinuation or the what's it called? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You ever seen that show?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's the what's it called? The implication. It's the
Yeah,
implication
right.
that something
Insinuating.
could happen if you
Yeah,
resist
and
my advances on you.
it's like a passive aggressive way of him blaming her for it. Like, well, you did
Yes,
this,
you did it
fix
to
it,
me. Yeah,
And her,
you gotta finish me off. That's horrible logic.
yeah, yeah,
Whole
dude.
for people who have daughters or just in general, like that's just like a horrible like don't do that. Like it's just
Yeah.
crazy, crazy. But it's crazy how back then that was the culture in the 90s. Like the Harvey Weinsteins where that was a thing,
Mm-hmm.
like the casting couch. You gotta do the deed to get
Mm-hmm.
where you need to go. And that was like even I feel like even before that, like in the 60s, 50s, when like back in the secretary and the boss days, like it was such a normal thing that was like I don't know, it just carried over and now it's becoming no, like no, 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 which I
Yeah.
agree with, but
Mm,
there's still
absolutely.
people who are barely
And
getting on board.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
pretty interesting if you look at it from like a realistic point of view. Like this is kind of crazy, bro. Like when people
It's
do that shit,
yeah, I think it's one of those if we don't talk about it, it didn't happen. You
right?
know what I mean? Or it's like I can't say that, you can get, promoted or you can get this role by doing this, but my wife hasn't been home or I haven't seen my wife in a few days. It would be nice, I think it was like one of those. And I think now it's just like, no, fuck that. Like, that's a different time, it's crazy. It's real crazy how shit was and how it took so long to change it. It's not even changed yet. Like it's not even been resolved.
Right. I mean, it more than it was, like the Harvey Weinsteins, like people like that who are getting that, who are wanting that, Epstein,
Yeah.
Weinstein. Whoa.
Mm-hmm. It's like you can't even say it. Like, it's
Epstein, Weinstein.
Yeah. Ooh,
See the
um,
parallels? See the
man.
similarities?
Oh no, Kanye was right. No, I'm joking. Reboots. I'm for them if it's done right. Like I said, there's two ways to do it. Do it right or don't do it. That's it. Um,
Yeah.
I am looking forward to Spaceballs. That's probably the only one. I know I heard they try to do History of the World, but I think it was like a TV show. But I never, I didn't hear it. I heard of it, but I never saw any kind of advert to it. So like that kind of just shows a lot of it's not necessary. You know what I mean? Leave the classics to classics. Don't try to dig them back up, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to see a reboot of like The Sandlot, you know what I mean? Or
They made a Sandlot too.
they did, which is I
I never
never
saw it.
seen.
Yeah. But what do you think about sequels? Is there any sequel that you could say is better than the first?
Um, of course, Empire, of course. Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Um, I
I can see that
can't.
one. I would say
What?
Terminator 2.
Oh, one of the
I
greatest
feel like
movies of all
that's
time.
to me. That's like the first thing I think of when someone says like, "What's a movie that's a sequel that's better than the first?" I would have to
Yes,
say,
easily. That
yeah,
one of the
yeah,
best
oh
movies
yeah.
ever made. Easily one of the best movies ever made.
hmm And that's
Um,
another one that like you could say, just like Jurassic Park was, like it still holds up a little bit. There's still some
yeah,
parts that are corny, but for the
yeah.
majority, like all that T-1000 shit
Nuts,
still holds up. All
crazy.
holds up, in my opinion.
What's a good sequel better than the first?
I would say
Iron
Harold and
Man 2.
Kumar,
Iron
Iron
Man
Man 2.
2. No, wait, wait. No, 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 I'm sorry. No, no, definitely not. Um, Captain America, Winter
Winter
Soldier.
Soldier, maybe.
That one was good.
I don't know about
Spider-Man
that.
2, the Raimi Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2,
Really?
going with Doc Ock.
It was good. Actually, that one was a really good movie, but better
Yeah.
than the first. I don't know about that.
It's hard to say, but I think it is.
Because Willem Dafoe,
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Oh, see, now I gotta reevaluate. Yeah, Willem Dafoe is, dude, he's magical. Um,
was a great bad guy.
uh,
I said Harold and Kumar. I don't know if you've ever seen like the White Castle.
I heard the second one was better.
You haven't seen the second one?
I haven't seen it.
I
No.
remember at the time thinking that that movie was way better than the first one, but I could be wrong because it's been a while.
Yeah. Um. Hmm. There was one of my. I was just thinking. Oh, you know what? It's a sequel, but it may not be better, but it actually was very close, and it just came out this past year. Was Beetlejuice.
You liked it?
I loved it. It
I
was
haven't seen
great.
it.
I think it's the best way to do a sequel after so long. It was really great. It wasn't like heavy handed on the references to the last movie. They didn't try to do anything like super crazy. They just kept the main people and just built from that. You know what I mean? Like, which I think you should. I don't think you should be beat for beat remake. I think you should take at core aspects and then build off of it.
hmm
Especially if so much of that time has passed. But yeah, I actually loved it. It was a great movie.
Okay. I haven't
Winona
seen that.
Ryder. Oh my gosh, she still got it.
Yeah. She's yeah. I love her.
What about a trilogy? You got a movie three that's better than.
No,
I
I don't
don't.
think it's any I can think of.
That's really really hard.
No, I can't think of any. I feel like that's where it falls off. Like Godfather fell
Godfather.
off. That's where and
Yeah.
everyone talks shit about the third one. Rush Hour. We were just talking about
Oh
that
God.
I feel like that's where it's a make or break. It's good or it's bad,
Mhm.
and it's never good as the first.
I think there's
Friday
only
after next.
yeah. Oh God. Not a bad movie, just not a great movie. And
Exactly.
if
That's what I mean to say as well.
yeah.
It's not bad.
Uh,
It's just it's not as historical or as great as the first one. Alien 3 wasn't
oh
as great as the first two.
no.
A lot of people would say that two is better than the first Alien. I know Adam Rodriguez, who I have on the podcast often, a friend from high school. He says that the second one's better than the first one, I believe.
I think they're too different a movie though.
They are, and
So
that's why
the first
he
one's
prefers the second.
yeah,
Like
because
it's
it's like
the more action oriented.
yeah. I think there's one for sure that's better than the first two. I think, and then I got a second one that I think I don't know if a lot of people agree, but then I haven't seen the first two in so long. But I think Die Hard 3 is like the best one, the one with Samuel Jackson.
Oh wow, that's
I
an
think
interesting
that
take.
I think that's my favorite Die Hard because
Uh,
the second one was kind of just the first one again.
right, 3 was
Yep.
very specific because of Sam Jackson. They made it more,
And Jeremy Irons was the villain.
which I found out later. I don't know if you know this. That was supposed to be a movie called Simon Says.
Makes
That was the
sense.
script. It was called Simon Says. It was Sam Jackson, Bruce Willis. It was supposed to be like buddy cop kind of thing, kind of what the movie is now.
Yeah.
But
Just
like they're buddies in a situation, and they're doing something for the law. And last minute, they're like, it's just called Die Hard 3.
yeah.
It's
Why not?
crazy, right?
Yeah. Hey, but it worked.
It did work. That was a really good movie. I mean, it wasn't
Oh,
bad. I wouldn't say it's as great as the first one, but
Yeah.
it's I think definitely Sam Jackson puts his spice to it, which makes it a different flavor. A better, I say more like um it was good. It was great.
Yeah.
Another one that kind of goes that way is Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon was like
I
the
actually like
first
the
one.
fourth one.
The first one was like it's good, but it's nothing like 2, 3, 4
Yeah.
at all. Like it's a completely different movie. Chapter
Yeah.
2 came in and became funny, and like they brought in Joe Pesci, and like let's laugh a more, let's laugh a lot,
Yeah.
let's goof
Chris
around.
Rock.
Yeah. And the fourth one they brought in Jet Li, like it was just like a fucking like
Amazing.
it turned into it tried to turn into Fast and the Furious back. That was the first
Yeah.
Fast. We're just start turning into something different.
An ensemble of just random
Yeah,
actors.
like the
Yeah.
fourth one, bro, with Chris Rock and Jet Li. Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is going on right now, bro?
There's a lot to follow.
Yeah, it was like, okay, what? Joe Pesci,
Yeah.
Chris Rock, and Jet Li. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are we watching right now?
Yeah. Another one, and it's kind of, I guess, it kind of doesn't count because there's such a gap between the movies, so like the effects are way better now. But I think, to this day, I think is one of, if not the best action movies ever made, is Mad Max Fury Road.
Never seen it.
Tom Hardy. Oh my God, definitely a must watch. Um, like I know the first two are timeless movies, and they're amazing for the when they came out, but this one was just crazy nonstop action, just the choreography, the stunts, like oh my God, the cars, like it was just unreal. Very good, like
Really?
really, really good movie. I really enjoyed that one. That's probably up there. Just think, 20 years ago, we were still talking on phones that were connected to like the wall.
Mm-hmm. You can still buy them. I worked at Costco the other day, a couple of years ago, maybe. They brought in landline phones. We were all
Oh,
like,
wow.
what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
I thought it was coming back. I'm like, no fucking way. But it went away again. Never came back again. But it was like, why do we have fucking, and it was like the cordless phones.
Yeah.
It was like a pack of 3 with like a charging dock station with like like a keypad, but it's like one has the keypad, the other ones are like portable. I was like, who the fuck uses this anymore? But they brought
And
a
why would you
pallet.
need 3?
They brought a pallet in of this one, this fucking phone set of 3, yeah, portable phones. I was like, what? Or like cordless phones. Like, what the
What
fuck
the
is
hell?
this?
Are
Like
they
like
giving
back
them
in
away?
2005, like you go in anywhere and you could buy one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, fuck, you could even buy them at like Albertsons and shit.
Dude, that was crazy. I'm thinking about getting a landline for my son. Like being able to call him at home, be like, "Hey, what you doing, bro?
Yeah.
This is
Hell
your
yeah.
phone," and then we kind of make it feel special too. This is your phone, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Only we're
My
calling
my
this phone.
my parents had a landline up until uh 2 months ago.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah. Same number since 1994.
wow. Jurassic
Yeah.
Park,
Yeah, yeah, my
same year as
s-
JP.
s- yeah. Crazy. Oh, dude, you remember the video game? Did you ever play the video game?
Oh, dude,
There was
dude,
a
dude,
bunch.
dude. So, do you play the Nintendo Switch?
Yeah.
Do you have a
I mean, I don't
Switch?
have one, but
Oh, dude, they
my daughter
have a
does.
bundle of all the games that were on Nintendo, Super Nintendo,
Oh my
Sega Genesis,
God,
all in one
yes.
bundle for like $30.
That's
Dude, I swear to
incredible.
God, the Sega one was different than the Super Genesis, the Super Nintendo, Super Genesis. What
Yeah.
the fuck am I talking about? The Super Nintendo, and
Yeah.
then I didn't even know Nintendo had one. The original
Yeah.
Nintendo had a Jurassic Park. I didn't know that.
Those. Yeah. So which one did you play as a kid?
I first originally played the Super Nintendo one. Did you ever play that one? The one was like first
That's the one
person.
I
Oh, so,
played.
so it's third person until you go into a building, then it's first person. Remember
Yep.
that one? Where you get key
Revolutionary.
cards and shit. Yeah, it was so fucking dude. I used to fucking because there was no save. I used to
Yep.
leave that shit on pause like on Saturday night and then go to school Monday, come back Monday after school and play that shit. Like I would pause that shit for days on end. That shit was
Damn.
just running hot for weeks, just
Yeah, because
waiting for me to beat that shit. Never beat it. Never beat it.
I to this
It
day,
was such a
no.
we. It was such a it was like Zelda. Like we had to. It was like
hmm
you didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
You're just wandering.
And shit would just come out of the fucking
The
trees,
T
like
Rexes, if you go in
randomly.
these certain stretches, the T Rexes would come at
Yep.
you, and it was like it was no like you had to figure out how to maneuver. It was a whole thing. And then you ever play the Sega Genesis one,
Not as a kid, but I played it like in my maybe like sixth grade.
the one where you can
Um,
play as Grant or
it's
the
a
Raptor.
yeah, and you run around. It's
I
like side
played that
scrolling.
as a kid too. I still have
I
the
thought it
cartridge for that.
was
I still have. I could if I
nice.
go if you give me time the next time we get on, I can show you the cartridge.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that game was a fucking that game was
I
fun,
I remember thinking it was so cool to play as a dinosaur. Like that was
so
like the
fun.
hook.
And that
Yeah,
was the thing.
heck yeah.
And I knew like all the cheat codes and all like the areas you had to like like to avoid and to go to. Like I knew all the like there's like a rafting level where you have to raft
Yeah.
and like go through a certain route or you're gonna die. It was so great,
Yeah.
dude. It was so
Oh
great.
God, man. I remember so the SNES one is the one I played. I remember we rented it, which is dumb because there's no way. Uh but I remember that you'd go in the first person mode and you'd pick up and it sucked because you had to press a button to pick stuff up. Like you
Hmm.
couldn't just walk over it. You had to press a
Oh,
button
did you? I don't know
and
that. Okay.
he would bend down and pick it up. But I remember you
Yeah, in third
the
person.
first
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
In first person, you can just walk over it.
yeah.
Okay,
And then
that's what you meant. Okay, I
you
thought you
get
meant
like
first person. You had to pick
chicken.
it up.
I remember first person you get like the chicken inside the buildings and stuff. And then like a raptor would come out and be terrifying because it was first person. I remember thinking like, what? This is crazy. It's so real.
Did you ever beat it?
No.
Neither did I.
I think I seen a T-Rex once and I panicked and got killed.
Well, that's part of it. There's a part on the south. I kind of remember the map. There's a part in the southwest corner where
hmm
he pops out, but you have to like maneuver around him to go because you need to go there. You need to go
You
that
gotta get the
direction.
eggs, right?
Yeah, something like that. And you had to go there, so you had to find a way to go around him. So that was a thing where, but I forgot. Like I remember back in the day when it came to any game, especially like Mario. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna use that as like an example. Like you only like they would fuck with you. Like you got 2 lives, figure it out.
hmm Yeah.
There's 8 levels though. You know what I mean? So you have 2 lives,
Yeah.
figure it out. Try not to die, get all the coins, get 100,
hmm
get more lives. 100 coins equal 1 life. And that was, I feel like, with the same concept with Jurassic Park, but it was like, I don't know. I feel like they really didn't flesh it out. Because even like, for example, I was talking to a guy the other day. He told me that he's a couple years older than me. I'm gonna turn 40 this year. But he's a couple years older than
hmm
me, and he was telling me that the first Zelda, when it came out, he bought
Yeah.
it so excited. He saw commercials, but once he played, he's like, "This is some fucking bullshit," which I can relate to. Like that's some. It's
Yeah.
like it's confusing. Like I don't want to play this bullshit. I die over and over again.
Yeah.
And even then, you don't know where you're going. And I played that game maybe like 10 years ago with a
Yeah.
guide. And that's the only way I feel like anyone could beat
Yeah.
that shit. Because you don't know where you're going. You don't know where you need to go to first. Because you could literally walk into the last dungeon. There's 8 dungeons. And
Mm-hmm.
the 8th dungeon is meant to be for you to be a certain amount of skill
Test.
to go through it. But you're like, if you're
Yeah.
just like, you don't know that, and you're just going through the first time, like as a newbie, you don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to figure out which, the first dungeon's easy.
Yeah.
Get
'Cause
in, out. You do your thing, get out with the little weapons you have, and then as you slowly gain weapons, that's when you gain experience. It's like a weird way to put that. It was like an RPG before its time. But like that's the only way to beat that game. So it's kind of crazy how like with like these games, like especially Jurassic Park, like you really needed to have a guide to
Yeah.
beat
Yeah.
that game.
Because the what it was designed is that the final dungeon or whatever is to test your metal and like everything the game has taught you, you know? So if you go straight to it, you haven't learned shit, you're gonna get fucked.
But it's what's crazy. You're right, and I get that concept. But the thing that I didn't understand, and I feel like they didn't understand either as developers, these game the guys who made Jurassic Park, who made Zelda, they didn't understand that concept of they're gonna know to go here, they're gonna know to go there. They just assumed we
Right.
were gonna figure it out, but it was way more complicated than that, and
Yeah.
and they didn't realize that maybe. But with that, I think that's the reason why a lot of people, I would say, I mean, just estimated guessing, because we're both talking about the Jurassic Park game, a lot of people probably did not beat that game at
Oh,
launch.
easily.
At
For
launch,
sure.
like
For
that
sure.
first year, maybe 2 years. Maybe I'm wrong, because there's things that people do that surprise me. Like, wow, how did you know to go there? How did you know to do
Yeah.
this? You know what I mean? Like on
What
streams and
what
shit.
what would I remember is Game Pro. I mean Nintendo Power. Remember Nintendo Power?
Yeah.
They would have, and you had to be lucky if it was a game you owned, but they would have printouts. And I remember it was a multi-fold of a map of like one stage. It was like, good luck. So I think since Jurassic Park was one whole map, I'm sure, I don't know if they did, but it would make sense if they had one whole, fold out map of that game. Because I remember they used to do that with, what did they do? I know Mega Man had a couple. I want to say Mario did,
It's the
but
first Zelda, like
yeah,
that's a legendary thing where there is somewhere someone, or I don't know if they made it, Nintendo, but there is a map, and if
yeah,
you have that map, it makes it way easy, even without any dialogue, without any
hmm
instructions. Just look at the map, and you will have a better idea of what you're dealing with,
yeah, where to go.
rather than just free roaming. Because a lot of people probably don't, that's a crazy thing to test as an 80s kid, like, in the 80s, like to be like, figure out where you're going, figure out what you're doing. Because a lot of people don't, like, we know this now, like a lot of people don't have a good sense of direction.
Yeah,
It's like
for
them
sure.
playing that game, they're gonna be like, fuck, I don't want to play this game. It's stupid.
Yeah,
But a lot of people who are
now,
like really good with it and they're down with it, and then they're probably the ones who are like thriving playing those games. But
yeah,
you
now,
know,
now you get a full scale map like on your screen while you're playing
right.
with
And
with like
you know something
waypoints and shit.
that just happened. I just got the Switch 2,
Yeah.
and with the Switch 2 is this it comes with this companion app on your phone. And there's this new game, the new Zelda game is called Tears of the Kingdom. Have
hmm
you seen clips of it? You aware
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it?
yeah,
So
yeah.
there's this thing where like the more Korok seeds you find, the more like, so for example, you go to this guy and you give him 10 Korok seeds and he gives you an extra slot to hold another shield,
Yeah, yeah,
hold
yeah.
another bow and arrow, hold another
I think that was in the first one too.
oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy. So basically you have to find all these Korok. You don't have to, but if you want to hold more swords, more shields, more bow and arrows, you need to find all these Korok seeds, and they're hidden all across. And there's these little guys who are hidden, these little Korok men. You got to find them, find them. And this game came out in 2021.
hmm
And that was a thing where people were hunting, like randomly hunting. But now in 2025, with the launch of the Switch, comes this companion piece app that now will tell you where all those Korok seeds
Oh
are. So
gosh.
all these people who were hunting 3 years ago, now they will tell you now just where they are, where they're at. Find them,
Ugh.
go get them. Which is,
Where's the fun in that?
I mean, for people like me, I I want to get them because I want to get all the shields. I want to hold I want to hold
Yeah,
100
yeah,
shields. I want to hold 100 swords. So I'm gonna go find these Kuroks, at my convenience and find them, and then upgrade. But these people who 100%ed it 3 years ago, like they're just like fuck. Now everyone, it's easy now, but it was
yeah.
hard for
Anyone
them
can
because
do it
they had to
now.
do it
Yeah,
manually,
yeah, yeah,
organically. They had to go literally walk every single part of the map and look for these fucking
yeah.
Korok seeds.
And not even know how many there are in total, so you never know
Exactly.
if you got them all. Yeah,
Exactly. And that's
that's
what's so
crazy.
fucking crazy now. There's like an inventory. It's a whole thing with the Switch too. Like here you go. You get all this stuff for buying the Switch too.
Yeah. Now those guys know what it's like to play video games in our generation
Yeah.
because that's how it
And that's what
was.
it was. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, there's so many that are just. It was like good luck. Like even like in the PlayStation 1 era, there was no like tutorials. It was just press start and go. Like
Yeah.
figure it out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like load screen, start, boom, there you go. Figure it
And
out.
that's true. There's a lot of in PlayStation 1 era, there was a lot of like figure it out or don't play it. Like
Yeah.
it's not your game. It's not your
That's
game.
what that's why fighting games blow my mind because even I try to think back like how did I learn how to do all this shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like combos and special moves and stuff. Like it's one of those things where I don't remember the day I learned it. It's just ingrained in my memory
That's
as
cool.
like,
That's really cool.
yeah, man, I loved it. I was bring back arcades. I wish they'd bring back arcades.
Yeah. I was talking to a buddy as a buddy I work with who is my same age. I swear he's my San Diego counterpart. Like he grew up in San Diego, same exact
Yeah,
age as me. Like he one time he's like, Do you still have your pogs? I'm like,
yeah.
no. No, I forgot about pogs. Like he was like, I have all my pogs. I'm like, dude,
Mhm.
let me see them.
Hell yeah.
I used to have goose. Do you remember pogs?
Yeah, dude,
Okay,
we talked about it in an episode
did we? Okay,
last
my
season.
bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean me no, I mean like someone else on my show.
Oh, it
Uh
wasn't me. Okay, yeah. So okay,
yeah.
good. So I thought we talked about this already, but this guy was like, we're going into it like on our pogs, and I used to have goosebump pogs. I remember like the book, the goosebump books. I remember
Yeah,
I don't know how I got them, but I had this whole. I used to be really into goosebumps, and like
me too.
it was sad to say people used to know me as the guy who always got the newest goosebump because my dad would always
Nice.
like take me to like Albertsons to get the newest goosebump book.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
And people would always, and so I don't know how I got these. Maybe someone gifted them to me or I got it in a bundle or something, but I got these goosebump pogs. And I always remember that, like the slammers and all that shit. And he was like
Yeah.
we were talking for hours about that shit, and it was just like crazy nostalgia, like pogs, dude. Like that's like that's an episode you can do a
Hmm.
whole thing about, dude. Like
Yeah.
pogs, dude.
You remember the little binders pages they had?
Yeah, dude. Dude, you were the
There's
one. You were the one who brought over one time a binder of Pokemon cards.
still have them.
I remember thinking
I just brought them out the other night. I got them right here
like
on my desk.
I remember thinking like, dude, like that was a thing back then. Like a lot of people had these binders of
Yeah.
Pokemon cards.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that up in a future
That
episode
was
as well, for
crazy.
sure.
Like a
Yeah.
lot of people had, and that's how you knew, okay, they're with it. They're with the Pokemon shit. It's
Yeah.
like they're not like, okay, they're not fucking around. Like they really know what's up.
Earlier we were talking about was it Jurassic Park 3 and we brought up a 90s hottie. If you want to backtrack to Miss Taya Leone.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love
Uh
her.
she was definitely a heartthrob. I remember still, man. I watched this movie maybe earlier this year, but Bad Boys.
Oh, she was in the original Bad Boys. You're
Yeah,
right.
she was
She
gorgeous.
was
Oh my
the
God.
original She was the, they're trying to protect her.
Yeah, she was a
I
witness.
remember that.
Yes, she was.
Dude.
Oh my God, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Super young too.
Isn't she a lesbian now?
I think so. Uh,
Not that it matters. I'm just
yeah,
saying she's off the table, guys.
yeah, yeah.
She's not for you. Sorry
But
about that.
Still a throb though. I remember
Oh
seeing her
yeah.
in that movie with Jim Carrey, and she was still looking great.
The one C Spot Run. Or what's it called?
No,
It was like a
Fun with Dick
child
and Jane.
fun with Dick and Jane. You're right.
Yeah, still great.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking at her little um. Oh, she was in a show called. No, I don't even know. Oh, The Naked Truth.
I
I
don't
remember
think
that
I've seen
show.
that. But yes, Bad Boys. That was the first time I'd ever seen her.
Right. She's out there.
Yeah, yeah. She was great. Her voice was just like, ooh, it was like
JP3.
different. Yeah. Uh, yeah, that I would say that. Yeah. Any other underrated women that you had the hots for in this movie?
If you
You
want to
know
talk
what?
about 90s nostalgia shit, I got a couple.
Yeah. Um, I'll bring one more up just because we're on the topic. But what about the chick from Jurassic Park? Did you ever think she was? I thought she was pretty.
Which one?
The main chick from Jurassic Park,
Laura
the
Dern?
blonde. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah. Back then. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She was in, speaking of the devil, a Scarlett Johansson starred movie.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one where she's divorcing Adam,
Oh, Adam Driver.
yeah, what's that one? She plays,
Uh,
Laura Dern
uh,
plays, Scarlett Johansson's divorce lawyer. She's really good in that
oh,
movie.
wow.
She's really good in
Uh,
that movie. And she's hot. Like her
uh,
power force is hot.
yeah. Oh, I remember.
Very
What is it?
hot.
A Marriage Story, right? Is
A
that what it's
Marriage
called?
Story. That's what it's called.
That's
So
a deep
Laura Dern
movie.
played. I mean, I just got to keep talking about Scarlett Johansson. I'm sorry. Every time I can, I
Yeah.
will try to.
Hey,
She's
she
the
was in the
best.
90s. You could bring her up.
I'll
She
do.
was,
She's the best. Ghost World, Home Alone
yeah.
3. You
Home
name
Alone
it.
3.
I
I remember
fucking
that one.
love
Yeah.
her. I will. Mm.
Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Eight-Legged Freaks. She.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
fucked up movie. It's a fucked up
Yeah.
movie though.
That
I
movie's
will
wild.
defend her on that. She was a
Yeah.
minor and they were sexualizing her in that movie. Like she was a hot piece of
Crazy.
ass. But I could say that because
Yeah.
I was 16 too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She was 16. I was
I
like,
was a kid.
but she
Yeah.
was a hot piece of ass in that movie. And they like, look, don't wear a bra, wear a white t-shirt. Like they did that to her. Like walk out,
That's
walk out. Like they
insane.
sexualized the fuck out of her.
That's so
And
jacked up.
she allowed it. And she talks
That. Well,
about
I
that a
mean,
lot.
she's a kid. What do you expect?
Well, she
She
talks about
probably
that a
thought,
lot. She talks about that a lot. How like she would do the most to get up there. And I think she said like in the 2005, it was a 2005, 2006 movie she did where she went to the director and said, like, if you need me to be topless, I'll be topless. I don't give a fuck. And he's like, all
yeah,
right. And he didn't
that's
choose to
crazy.
do it. He was like more, like he didn't like feed into that sexualization.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he thought, she was like, after in perspective, she was like, why did I do that? Like, why would she's trying to like propel her career the most way
Yeah.
possible. But she's like, I wasn't thinking about being grounded. And
Yeah.
that's crazy how she talks about perspective. That's why I love Scarlett Johansson. She's the best.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
90s.
Freaking home. Yeah.
Thor
Yes.
Birch. You know who
Yeah.
that is?
You brought that up before.
Thor Birch?
I think
Dude,
you
Thor
did.
Birch, the 90s hottie.
Yeah. Yeah. You did.
Google her. And it sucks to say this, but I was the same age, okay? Hocus Pocus, the little girl in Hocus
Yeah.
Pocus.
Yeah.
She shows
That
her
was
tits in American Beauty. Hottie.
crazy. Crazy.
Hottie.
Yeah.
She was in Monkey Trouble.
Monkey
And
Trouble was a good movie. Yeah.
She was in Now and Then. She was in all these 90 classic movies.
Yeah. She was a
Hottie.
90s kid. Yeah, for sure.
Hottie. She grew up to be a hottie. I was a kid.
Oh,
I recognized that shit early on. She's gonna be a hottie. We're the same age.
yeah.
Don't get it twisted, guys. Okay? Don't get it twisted.
You
She
know
was
who was
underage.
too?
I was underage. She was a hottie.
Yeah. You know who was too? Was Alex Mack.
Hottie.
I had a thing for
And
Alex Mack.
the sister could get it too.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The sister
yeah.
could get it too.
Uh, dude,
She
that's
was a
funny because
hottie.
Not a lot of people talk about that 'cause
No.
she didn't do anything after that. I don't think.
No,
I
she
think she did a
did. She
couple
was in a
movies,
couple
but not
things. I saw
really.
a couple things after that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But Alex Mack, though, she retired like in college age. And I wish she wouldn't have
Yeah,
because she was a hottie.
that makes sense. Yeah, she was a pretty girl. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
10 Things I Hate About
Yeah.
You.
So, oh yeah, yeah. So I think tonight's heartthrobs were Laura. Was it Laura? What?
Laura Dern,
Laura Dern and Taylor.
Taya Leone. I would
And
have to say number one in that shit is Thora Birch. If you're watching, Thora Birch, I love you. You never
yes,
watch this, but if you do, I fucking love you. Like,
yeah,
I'll support you and my wife and kids. I don't give a fuck.
yes, heck yeah. So shout out to all of them.
Shout out to all of them, ladies.
If this ever gets
If
clipped
it
and put
ever gets
on,
clipped, Thora Birch, hello.
let me
What
know,
is
follow
up?
it.
I got you. Whatever you need, I got you.
Yeah, you need stability.
Hit me
That's the
up.
man.
You know, stability in your life. Guess what? You found it.
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm right fucking here. Thora Birch, dude. Fuck. She's probably like the ultimate for me. Like
yeah.
as a kid.
Okay, that's great because it's not like anything like
And
crazy.
she
Like,
lived it. She was in Walking Dead. Have you seen that shit? She was
yeah,
like dirty, like living the mud life in Walking Dead. And I was like, I would still leave my wife and kids for that.
hey, that's
I'm joking. It's a joke, guys.
that's a
Come
that's a
on. It was a laugh.
that's a
Sam looked
reasonable
down.
bar.
Sam looked down like
Oh no, I'm typing something. That's a
he
reasonable
didn't assist on
standard.
that joke. He
Yeah.
looked down like, I don't like it.
Oh yeah, I do. I disagree.
I'm joking, guys. I would
Uh,
never do that to my wife or my
I
kids.
yeah, of course not.
Me and my
I
kids, but
would
not my wife. I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
would
just kidding.
I would disown you. Uh, but yeah, I like that because it's not like your typical Kelly Kapowski. You know what I mean? It's like those are like the sleeper hitters. You know what I mean?
She's a bad bitch too.
Yeah, oh, of course. But I
Kelly
mean,
Kapowski.
that's like an
Yeah,
obvious one. Yeah, you went with like an underdog.
I
Great.
did go with the underdog.
I like
You're
that.
right. But back then, the heartthrobs were what? Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, um,
Alicia Silverstone.
what was the girl's name? Salil Joan Fry. What was her name? Punky Brewster.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Salil Moon Fry.
yeah. Typical.
Do you remember her?
Vaguely, she's a
Do you
little
remember
bit out
Punky
of my
Brewster?
very little.
She
I
has a
think that was
documentary on Hulu. It's very interesting, but she talks about her child as her life as a child star.
yeah.
And she was Punky Brewster. She was this very famous, like, it was like, do you remember Clarissa Explains It All?
Mm-hmm.
But it was like that, but in the 80s, but it was like a little girl, like
Yeah,
eight,
yeah.
nine.
I
Oh,
know
you
of
know what
it.
I'm
I
talking about.
just
Okay. So
yeah.
she talks about her struggle going through Hollywood. And she was the first person ever in media to ever
Mm,
express that because she was very big chested. She
mm-hmm.
had a very large chest at a young age, like very young. And so she was one of the first to ever like go through and speak about being an advocate for like breast
Reduction.
reduction. And it was very in the 90s, very like criticized. Like, why would you do that? It was a very
Mm-hmm.
taboo thing. But she talks about that, like where it's like she just wasn't comfortable with it. She didn't like the attention. She didn't like the back problem. There's a lot of things that was attached to that issue. And she did it for her own reasons. And a lot of people criticized her for it. And she talks about that too, about how in the 90s, it was really weird for someone to want to reduce their breasts
Crazy.
because everyone in the 90s was trying to maximize them, trying to,
Yeah, yeah.
advance them, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a very interesting concept from
Mhm.
Salil Moon Fry. And she's
Wow.
beautiful too. She's a beautiful lady. Like she's
Yeah.
another one that like, yeah.
Well, let's move into our next and final segment. I like to call poetry from the 90s. Do you remember this game?
I do.
So I'm gonna read off song lyrics, and you're gonna try to get. Well, you'll probably get them because you're good at
Maybe,
this.
maybe not. We will see
Um,
soon. See, ladies and gentlemen.
okay, I only got two tonight. This first one literally reeks of late 90s, early 2000s. I listened to this album today, and I was like, oh my God, I literally am gonna buy the vinyl of it because it's just like
Okay. Can I
cemented
ask? Can I ask
together.
two questions about it before you even tell me the any
Yeah,
lyrics? Somebody,
yeah.
is it is it a R&B or hip hop song?
It's actually a rock song.
Okay. No, you just said no. That would have made
Hmm.
it better for me, but I appreciate that. One more question: was this song based in the 80s?
No.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna read in the middle too, because I'm gonna try to get you.
I love it.
So not 2 days ago, I was having a look in the book, and I saw a picture of a guy fried up above his knee.
Oh,
I said I could relate, because lately I've been thinking of combustication as a welcome vacation from the burden of the planet Earth, like gravity, hypocrisy, and the
what?
perils of being in 3D, but thinking too much, differently, and and then of course,
So
would you have?
pardon me while I
Oh,
burst
he knew it.
and
He knew
rise
it.
above the flames. Incubus. It's called Pardon
Yes.
Me.
Yes. What a great song.
I love that song. I just heard it the other day.
I I woke up this morning and I was like, I gotta hear Make Yourself. And
It's a good song too.
I I downloaded a bunch of that album. I couldn't find the whole thing, so I downloaded a bunch of it. I'm gonna buy the
Dude,
final. So,
we gotta share a Dropbox. I can send everything to you. Whatever you need.
oh man.
I have mad
But
MP3s.
I played
I
that.
stay with Incubus. They're coming to San Diego next month, and me and my cousin are going to go see
Nice.
them. We're so excited because we grew up, 20 years ago. I introduced him. I introduced him to the band 20 some years ago, maybe like 20 years ago now, and
Yeah.
it's just cool like for us because he lives out here too. So we frequently go see. And Incubus love is one of the bands that love San Diego. And just to let people
Yeah.
know, a lot of bands they do not love San Diego. They go to LA. That's the lowest they go. It's
Yeah.
fucking nuts. Like I don't know how to explain it, but there are certain bands, certain artists that come to San Diego, and we 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 love that they appreciate and just acknowledge us. Lil Wayne's coming next month as well. Lil Wayne. So it's like
He was just
I
here. Yeah.
love Nelly's coming. Janet Jackson came recently. Like we love
Ah,
those artists. Thank you for
yeah, I know.
coming.
I always see Incubus in San Diego.
Thank you for coming.
Always.
Incubus shows probably they probably come out here every other year. They come out here. So all these
Yeah.
bands that come out to San Diego, we thank you for not stopping in LA and just forgetting about us. 'Cause a lot of bands, they fucking forget about us, dude. They just don't even want to come down here. All these tours you see,
Yeah.
they don't come to San Diego. Like you look at the lists, they don't
Yeah.
fuck with San Diego, which is
It's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, it's
But no,
nuts.
Incubus, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for bringing that up. What's you got another one?
Yeah, I got another one. Uh yeah, so that was from the album Make Yourself by Incubus. I remember hearing that in seventh grade for the first time. That was like 2000. Yeah, 2000. And oh, love that. Love that CD.
That's
So good.
yeah. And by the same time I did, I heard it. That's crazy. That's why I love
Yeah.
you. We share the same algorithm.
Yeah.
That's
We're programmed the
literally
same.
yeah. That's why I feel like we link so well. Like we share the same like values, the same like coming up. Like we came up with
Yeah.
the kind of the same payphones and bullshit.
We have the same data miners.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, that's Make Yourself by Incubus. You guys check it out. Great album. Especially something I was listening to it today and I was thinking because I recently started playing with the band, and the drummer's only 20 years old. And like I played some at the drive-in, and it blew his mind. And I was thinking, I was like, man, I wonder if he's ever heard Incubus. And then I thought about it. I was like, that's so weird to think that there's people that I could hang out with that have probably never heard Incubus.
Well, let me ask you something that you might know personally. I've always tried to introduce Incubus to Chris, Leon, your brother, and
Mhm.
he doesn't really. That's not his thing. At least from when
Stellar
I
was like
tried.
his favorite song.
Dude, I've tried so
He,
hard to have him listen to the album before that. It's called Science. Have you heard Science?
yes, I've heard.
That's like
Yeah,
the
that's a
greatest.
good one.
I would say, in my opinion, to my deathbed, that's like the greatest Incubus album ever. Is
That one's really
Science.
good. Yeah,
And I tried to have him listen to it, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll listen to it later," but he never listened to it. And I didn't want
I
to push
think.
him on it. And
Yeah,
if he listened to
he.
it, I would love to hear his opinion on it since then, because I've been trying to
I
push him and I kind of let go because I didn't want to push him too much. But that to me, I feel like would be the album. Maybe I don't know Chris as well as I think I do, but I feel like if I know Chris as well as I think I do, that's going to be the album.
I think you have to just remind him
But that I feel like
because
that's the album that he's going to be like, whoa, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, what the fuck? Because
I
everything
think he's
after that is not like that. It's not like that at
yeah.
all. It's different. It's acid. They were all on drugs. They were all on a
Oh
different
yeah,
vibe. It was just so aggressive. The music is aggressive. I
yeah.
mean, it in a good way.
I think he's more open minded now. I think he would listen to you. Would just have to bring it up to him.
Okay. Nah,
Yeah,
I would never bring it up again because I don't want to push the issue. But I feel like that's crazy. You should introduce him to Incubus.
yeah. I'm gonna do that. I might have to sit him down. Okay, we'll jump into our next one. When you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. It goes creeping down the back streets on D's. I got my Glock cocked, 'cause blank want these. No soon as I said it, seems I got sweated by some blank with the Tech 9 trying to take mine. You gonna make noise? Make noise. I make a phone call. My blank coming like the Gotti. Anything yet?
Can I ask a favor?
Yeah.
Are you able to rap it like that rapper, or is that a no?
I'm
No.
gonna say no.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay. Um, is this from the '90s,
Yes.
the later half or the earlier half?
Earlier half.
Can you do it again, please?
Yeah. Creeping down the block. Oh, I'm sorry. Creeping down the back streets on D's. I got my Glock cocked 'cause blank want these. No soon as I said it, seems I got sweated by some blank with a Tech 9 trying to take mine. You want to make noise? Make noise. I make a phone call. My blank coming like the Gotti boys. Bodies being found on Greenleaf with their fucking heads cut off. Another motherfucker. I'm blank. So listen to the play by play, day by day. Rolling in my 4 with 16 switches. And got sounds for the bitches.
No, I don't know. I
Anything?
have no idea.
Let's see. Maybe
I
I
thought
could.
I knew it in
Maybe
the beginning, but I don't know it.
okay, how about the I'll hit you with the chorus.
Yeah. Okay.
Swing down, sweet chariot. Stop and title of the song. Swing down, sweet chariot. Stop and chorus.
Oh, I know this song. It's a Chronic. I
Yes.
can't think of what song it is. But it's the Chronic.
By who?
It goes. Dun, 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 dun. I know that song. Like I know that song, but I just don't know the name of
Yeah.
it. But the name is what you're taking out of it. It's like
Yes.
ride,
Let me
something
ride.
that let me ride. Yeah.
Dr.
Let
Dre. Yeah,
me
good
ride.
shit.
Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
I
I knew
love
that
this song.
song. I just like I don't know where it's like yeah, I know where it fits now.
That's
Yeah,
why I didn't
let
want to rap
me
it because I
ride.
knew I got it right
Right,
away.
right. So
Good shit.
can you do it again now in that song? Do it.
Oh shit! Hold on. I just
Oh,
exited out
okay.
of the
Never mind. It's fine.
voice.
You don't have to do it. It's fine.
Sorry. There's a lot of N words in it too. I didn't realize.
No,
So I was
yeah,
like,
Don't
how
say
do I
the
do
N
it?
words. Don't ever do that. We don't need
Yeah,
to
but
play
I
that.
love that song. It's such a good song.
Let me ride. Yeah. I know that
Hell
song.
yeah.
Yep. Damn, I
Yeah.
knew it, but it's like I don't know it.
That's what I love about doing reading it the way that I read it.
Yeah. It's, you have to keep to that. Stick to that. But
Yeah.
one of the things I do, I do love about like podcasts. I follow one where they do 20 questions.
Yeah.
It's a video game podcast where they do 20 questions. Like for example, like I'm thinking of a game. Okay, you can ask 20 questions, but you have to ask a question to me. I'm thinking of a game right now.
Mm-hmm.
Name the game. So
Oh, okay.
ask 20 questions,
And then
and I can
name
say
it.
yeah. All I can say is yes or no. Like go ahead. Like I'm gonna do one right now for you.
Okay.
Like what like just ask a question.
Is it a Super Nintendo game?
Yes.
Is it well, fuck, they're all adventure games. Is it based on a movie?
Yes.
Um, is it based on an animated movie?
No.
You said no.
No.
Um, so it's not, is does it have guns?
Yes.
Uh, let me
You're at
see.
5 questions.
I'm at five. Is it multiplayer?
No.
Oh, fuck. Is it Super Nintendo? Um, is there only one main character? Like, can you only play as one character?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not that. Um, is it the Terminator?
Okay, you're guessing. You don't want to add, you have 3 more questions.
Um,
You want to guess now or and end it? Yes or no? Or
I wouldn't know what other questions to ask.
people
That's
usually
tough.
ask like have we talked about it in this podcast or like have we talked about it today?
Oh,
Is
okay.
something that we is it a is it a like 90s game, like they kind of narrow it down more,
Yeah.
Is it Nintendo? Is it PlayStation? Is it
Um, yeah, is it does that have to do with any of the any of the I guess movies that we spoke about?
yes.
Um,
You have two questions and a guess. You're pretty
is in
close.
is it in first person?
Yes.
Okay, I think I know. Is it Jurassic Park?
Yes. See?
Ah, that's
That's
that
the
is pretty
game
good.
where
I
it's like and
know
then usually it's a meta where
you're
like we just talk
tired
about it.
of loving with nobody to love.
Hey
Nobody. So
Max,
just
I appreciate you
find
for
somebody
being
who
here. I really do
knows
appreciate,
this
you know,
party with
you
nobody
having me do this
to
collab podcast with you. It's very great seeing you again after all these years. I think it's been 2 years since we did that last podcast. Oh, it's been
Yeah,
1 year since the Bakersfield one live, and then it's been like 2 years since the one we
yeah,
did where you had the space background and
yeah,
we're
yeah. That was
fucking
fun.
around. But I
No,
appreciate you.
I was actually on the moon.
You were actually on them.
That was why I couldn't do it live. I was
Right,
actually
that's right. That's right.
I was on a business trip.
Dude. Hey, thank you so much for doing this. You're the best. I
I
love you.
I gotta say thank you for having me. Thank
Yeah.
you for inspiring me to do this. It's always a pleasure to be on this show, man. It's great to reminisce. My show is, 90s stuff, you know, that everyone can relate to. But
Plug it.
your show, but when I'm
Plug
on
your
your
show. Where can we
show,
find you?
but when I'm on your show, it's like personally like our memories and like shit we
Yeah.
talk about. So it's even that further. So I love it. I love being on your show, man. Thank you again. You can find me on the Oh Snap. Remember that podcast? We are on every streaming service. Um, what is that? Spotify, iTunes, everything. Check us out. I have a Oh Snap YouTube clip channel. You could find a couple of stuff there. It's called Big 90s Energy. It's just clips from the show. Um, I'll hopefully have Joey back on as a step-in co-host, whenever we can. And lastly, got some new music out. Got an album, Dying to Live, I just released this month. Check it out. That's on all streaming services. You can find it at He Is Icon, HEISICON. Um, it's a great little project I did. And yeah, I am
Oh
honored
yeah.
to be back. I love it. It's good times, man. It's never a dull moment. It's always fun. It's great.
Thank you.
Can't wait to
Yeah.
see what we do next.
Yeah, you're the best. I feel like compared to episode number 19, like we've grown a lot and technology's grown a lot since then.
Mhm.
Like everything's just kind of like slowly forming. And then who imagine, that was 4 years ago. Imagine in 5 years or 4 more years how that's gonna look, crazy.
Crazy. It'll take us 2 more hours to get started, like today.
Don't. Why'd you say that? What the fuck?
Tech
I'm just kidding.
tech
I'm just kidding.
issues.
Nah,
Nah.
man. Thank you
Hopefully
so
not.
much.
Hey, but I'll do it again and again, man. It's great. It's a good time. Thank you again. But yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for listening. Look me up, check us out, and stay tuned for our next collab together.